Welcome back to the workshop. Thank you so much for joining us. Another Porsche episode. The plasma cutter's fired up. We've got all the tools we need. The Porsche is here. We've got a massive box from Restoration Design to open, which is exciting. And the best thing, Honest Jon is on the way up. We're in for a treat. Let's get into it. It's not the usual.
Are we complaining? No, it's no chocolate.
No chocolate at all.
Raisin.
Really?
Okay.
What's going
Oatmeal and raisin cookie.
Controversial choice, Jon. I'm very glad to see Jon because he's turned up with coffee, chocolate, questionable cookies, most importantly, a working brain, which mine is not. It's going to be very helpful. He's already got a tape measure and laser levels out. It's all. Basically, I've got some drawings with sort of factory drawings of the chassis of the Porsche, prepping to hopefully weld in some panels. Maybe. See how we go.
Giving us our final dimensions, Dom, from where you are at the moment, so we know our overall length of our internal frame. So here it is stripped down even more, literally like your car.
All right, Jon. No, that's got a lot more on it. Yeah. The centre tunnel.
Well, this bit's not here.
Yeah.
But equally, this big bit here, the shell, that's not on there anymore, is it? So
no, but if you notice, it's also got. These have also got not these ones.
Not them. No.
Look, panel joints where at the factory where they join the panels together.
That's good.
That's cool, isn't it?
If we can get just a few more of these at the back here, which we've identified a few, haven't we?
What actual reference points?
Actual reference points, and they do seem to tally up, which is
remarkable.
Then maybe we can crack on, mate, and try and line a few bits of steel up.
Good.
Yeah.
There is a strict ban, I've told Jon already, he's tried to veer off. I said, you're not allowed to look at the car past there forwards.
Past the red lines.
Yeah. If you look past there, it gets really depressing.
You've got to go home.
Yeah. We're looking from this point backwards, and then it's all looking good. All right, let's have a go. Yeah. We need to, you know what, Jon? We need to open this box. Oh. That's was supposed to be the start of the video.
To the box.
To the box, let's do it.
Restoration Design. And what's this, Dom? What's this you bestowed upon me?
Oh, very convenient. Worth Leatherman there.
I'm not sure you can call it a Worth Leatherman, can you?
A Worthman.
A Wortherman. Incision 1. 2. Are we ready?
Go on. Oh!
It's like Christmas, Dom. Gee. Did you win the lottery, mate?
Please say it hasn't got the... Is it the right-hand side?
What?
It's smooth. Yeah, thank goodness for that.
Oh, my life. Look at that.
There we go.
Wow.
The first of the new panels. That's it.
That's not it, Dom.
Oh, yeah, the bonus bump stop. I forgot about that.
The bonus bump stop. Yeah.
Some assembly required.
You've got this, mate.
Yeah.
You've got this.
I only need this back triangle. And I was like, I can make that with the plasma cutter. But then I got all excited with the progress we're making. I got a bit carried away. And I thought, actually, we need that whole corner as well, which I don't fancy making because I don't have any of that for reference. So I thought I'll just buy the whole panel and we chop it up.
I like it. Excellent decision. It should get us moving along nicely, Dom.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm not allowed to look at anything past this point.
No. Just there backwards, that's
this
it.
This bit today, that bit, mañana.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if we squint.
I don't think that's going to fit through there. You have to push it really hard.
Oh, that is exciting though, isn't it?
It's good.
Look, you can almost see it already.
It's all coming together, look.
Just imagine that was welded in place. Oh! Look, it's getting better already.
Yeah, it's instant improvement, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's like looking in the mirror of the other side.
Jon's holding a little kind of template. I basically made that of the negative space of the other side, cut it out on the plasma table. Thank you, Rob, Extreme Plasma, working again. I've flipped it over and it's a really good template for this side, just to make sure that the curve of the two panels flows the same as the other side. To be honest, this is all a bit ridiculously unnecessary because all of this ends up under the car, covered in textured underseal, and is this bit covered in tarboard? Yes.
This will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see any, it's going to be buried.
Yeah, but it's still, no, it's not unnecessary, Dom, is it?
It's got to be right.
Yeah.
So why not? Whilst we're making the panel, we may as well.
If we start wrong now, it's all wrong.
True, actually. Yeah. It's very easy to just cut corners at here. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But then all of a sudden that starts becoming structural critical points. So we'll just get it right first time.
Let's get this bit on, Dom. I like this. And it's cutting into the side of my hand here. It's quite sharp. Okay. So am I the human clamp today then?
Can I sit? Are you on my chair?
Yeah.
Can I sit down? No.
Well, if you have to, but. Do I have to hold the button down once activated?
You press it. When you and then hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds and then let go.
All right, so I'm controlling the amount.
No, the machine controls the duration, but
okay.
It won't release the air until you let go. But don't hold it on for too long.
Do we have the bottom up or the top down?
Go on, John, just go for it.
I just pooed myself. But that was like...
That was good.
That wasn't long enough, surely.
Yeah, that was longer than when I did it. What are you saying, John?
Well, I'm saying that we're going to reference that bad boy. So that is off of our base. How low can you go? Centre of that's about 318.
About to chop in half my very expensive brand new panel. We've just taken out the box. And there's John with an evil looking smile with an angle grinder. So this is the panel. But back all the way to the torsion housing. It's basically there, all the way up and over, back to that point. I'm keeping hold of that bit of the original and just using that bit and then possibly a bit down there, but we're not allowed to look down there. That's it.
We're going to have a generous cut there for now, just so we can offer it up.
Yeah, so it's longer than we need, but I just want to be able to offer that up, onto the car.
Absolutely. Blimey, Dom. Progress, Dom, progress.
You can tell you didn't have to pay for that.
It's always nicer when you haven't got to pay for it. It's looking better already.
It is.
Look.
That's looking all right. That'll come in a bit. Well, after literally hours of lasering, measuring, lasering,
and some more measuring.
Bit of trimming, lots more measuring.
There was some trimming.
We're in a pretty good place. I'm so glad John's here, I really am, because I tried doing this myself, and it's just nice having an extra brain to sort of bounce stuff off. Have a look, it's looking really, really good. Considering everything is just balanced in place, it's looking promising.
We've got your engine tin in as point of reference, making that tie up.
Glad that was worth doing then, I reckon, straightening those up.
And then we got this closing panel, which is, we was having trouble referencing it, but all of a sudden, ignore the shape, because obviously that's just what Dom's had to remove to find some good steel.
Yeah, once that's welded in, it'll be flush and it'll look like one panel, hopefully, but
it's all tucking into the original gussets, which is great.
But that panel on the left is the new...
So that's the new panel that
Restoration Design
supplied us.
Yeah, but look how nice that flange is. It's lovely. And it's all tucking up where it should do.
Yeah, so there's that continuation under there, which you can't see, but...
But that's it. Look, the chassis leg is looking very much at home in there.
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
Isn't
it's
it?
literally supporting itself, really. That is loose. So we have got the, once again, we need to fettle that. Everything in there is true. Yeah, I know we're a little bit low there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's work in progress.
This is very exciting. But that panel that I made for the inside, unfortunately, now everything's lined up. I'm 5mm short, maybe. We'll be honest. This is it. We'll show the highs and the lows.
Walls and all.
Show the highs and lows. Yeah, exactly. The panel that I've made is 5mm too short on the bottom. When everything lines up, it's too short. But that's not a problem because I drew it on the computer and cut it out with a table. So all I need to do is go back in the computer, add 5mm onto that bottom face, cut another one out. Yes, I know I probably should have made a cardboard template one first, but
we didn't know because it wasn't in.
Exactly.
You know.
And you can't do that with a piece of cardboard. So.
Well, you can, Dom. You can do that with a piece of cardboard.
Okay, all right. I should have done it with a piece of cardboard, but
it's more fun on the plasma table.
There's no sparks with the cardboard. We're using a new program now. Oh my God.
Oh, Cookie. When Cookie's attack.
Rob has told me to use a new program. This one's called eMachine Shop. If any of you have heard about it, Rob actually spent a good hour or so this morning on the phone explaining me, talking me through how to use it. And I think we've got it. We've modified the drawing. We've added a bit onto the bottom.
Have we got this? Is it going to work? Is it going to work?
Look at it go.
It does go so well. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Maybe Rob could have gone right a bit.
Ta-da! That's the hot bit.
Right, John's just trying to fish out the original panel.
Fits so well, Dom, I can't get it out.
It's literally, press fit.
You didn't tack it in when I went looking, did you?
We've achieved what you wanted.
Well, look. Look at the little bit on the end. The missing bit.
Oh, yes. Did you need that much? Well, we can trim, we can fettle.
I'd rather have too much and not enough.
I completely agree. Right, that just needs a fold, then a trim, and then we'll get it in. And then the captive nut.
Captive nut
captive nut next.
Must not forget that.
Do not weld this on without the captive nut. But right, okay.
Let's get a fold on that.
Perfect.
Where's the folder? Ready?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, God, that bend's too easy, Dom. And there we have.
Holy moly, you've gone a bit far there.
Never. Yeah, maybe I went a little bit too far.
Hey, nothing we can't fix with a hammer. That corner is looking so good. We have not got it welded in. It's the end of the day. John is about to head off, but I'm back here tomorrow. So I'm going to try and get that welded in tomorrow. Actually, before I even weld it in, I need to do a lot more. I need to get the side on, don't I? There's a lot more trimming and final fettling and adjusting.
We can't run before we can walk, Dom.
No, exactly.
No. But progress has been made.
Progress has been made. It's been brilliant having John here. To be continued. I'll be back in the morning. I'll try and get that welded in. And I'll send you some pictures, John.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Well done.
Well, hello, it's Sunday morning. I've been here all morning and it's been quite nice actually. I've had the music on. I haven't filmed too much because I either have music on, the radio on, or I'm filming and I just have to sit in dead silence. So I thought, you know what, it's Sunday morning. I'll just have a few hours, maybe a couple of hours just tinkering around with this rear panel still. John has obviously gone now. And it's been quite nice. I really enjoyed it. Just a nice quiet Sunday morning in the workshop. No rush, no pressure. Not desperate to get anything done because we're doing really well. And just fettling this little panel to get it welded in place. I've just welded the captive nut on the back and offered it back up to the car, and I'm over the moon. Look at this. Then you can see, so all I need to do now is weld that in place and grind that weld down. So it should be flush, nice and smooth. It needs a couple of spot welds down there onto this panel. And then this gives me the all-important flange there to fit the chassis plate onto. This probably looks like a very small part of a much bigger problem, but honestly, this panel is so fiddly, it's so critical in so many different ways. Obviously, things bolting to it, the chassis welding to it. That firewall bit is so critical for other panels. I honestly think it's actually going to be easier fitting the actual chassis leg, even though it's a bigger panel. That chassis panel fixes to this, so this needs to be in the right place. We've honestly spent the best part of half a day just sitting, measuring and trimming and fitting and then making a new one, trimming that and getting it right. because that flange has to be at just the right point. If it's slightly wonky, tipping out, that whole chassis leg is going to start to sort of run out and not be in the right place. This is where the chassis, the original factory drawings with the measurements come in really handy. You'll notice this copper paint that I've sprayed everywhere, that is a weld-through primer. So all of the internal box sections behind the weld-on nuts and any panels that are going to be touching each other that I can't get to later, I'm spraying this primer on. I'm using a rust converter first, which is paintable. That neutralizes the rust, and that's got like a zinc content to it to protect it. Then it's going to get a coating of this copper. It might not always be copper. The can that I had here will happen to be copper. You can get other sort of zinc-based ones, but it's a weld-through primer, so I can prime all inside, seal it, protect it, but you can still weld through it. So the spot welder still works through the paint, which is perfect. That's why everything is turning into metallic copper colour. It's not a creative choice. Right, apology time. I'm so sorry. I set up a time lapse to film the welding, didn't press record. Idiot. The welding is done and it looks brilliant. I'm over the moon. I've gone and bolted the engine tin where it's back in, and now I've got that in. If that's the final bit that I need, I can now move on to the actual chassis leg. This bit. The expensive panel from Restoration Design. So usually when you're fitting a repair panel, you would quite often roughly cut the panel to size, offer it up, scribe the original panel where the repair panel comes to from the outside, and then cut the original panel to fit the repair panel. I can't do that because I don't want to trim any more of the original chassis back. I want to try and keep as much of that as I can. Fits in there really nicely, and it fits on lovely. Almost lines all up, but it's oversized at the moment. I've used the laser line to mark where the original panel is. It's flashing because it's not level, so I can just draw a line down there, chop that off, and within a millimetre or two, I can then file it back and just gradually sneak up on it until it's perfectly flush with the original. Slight issue here. I've had to modify the panel. See where it dips in here? It's basically not enough. The pressing is not deep enough. If I just left this as sort of a bit of an oversight and just carried on and left it and got all excited and welded it in, this wouldn't become a problem until it's painted, undersealed, done, and reassembly is happening, and we come to bolt on the nice shiny new shocks, because the shocks bolt here and they're quite fat, and that sort of relief in the pressing is clearance for the shocks. And if that's not deep enough, imagine if we got all the way to reassembly and everything's painted and undersealed and done, and then the shocks don't fit and they rub on the body. That would be, oh my God, I don't even want to think about it. That would be a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. So for the sake of 2 slices, and then I'm going to push it back to where it wants to be, and then weld in a couple of extra strips just to lean it back a bit more. Okay, there we go. That's the panel modified and actually fitting so much better now. It's touching the lip at the back and touching all the way around. It's looking good. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, John will be here on Saturday and we'll get this whole chassis leg finalised, trimmed to size and welded in place. But you'll have to wait till next week. Make sure you're subscribed so you get notifications when next week's video comes out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.